Hello everyone, very good morning. I hope you all are fit and fine at your place. Please be careful about this coronavirus. Take every measures to prevent yourself from this harmful disease. So today for class ninth moral science subject I am dealing with chapter number 6, that is active listening. Active listening, as this name indicates, in the whole chapter we will be discussing how we can be a good listener and how we can develop our listening skills. So this is also a great problem nowadays, because we are not ready to listen others, we only want to speak. If you are a good listener, you can achieve many things, you can learn many more things. So this active listening is very important part of our life. Now see what this active listening exactly is about. Listening is one of the most important skills you can have. How well you listen has a major impact on the quality of your relationship with others. So this happens now, sometimes we listen half and we react double. That ultimately creates our problem. So we should be a good listener, because this ultimately builds our social relationship with others. Obviously, take by yourself only. You would not like a person who always speak. No, you want someone who has a good exchange of ideas with you, who is a good speaker as well as a good listener also. And this is very pity in the present time that we all are very good speakers, but only few of us are good listeners. So students, today I will be dealing how we can improve our listening skills. First, take the quality, how our relationship with others improved. First, we listen to obtain information. Obviously, you are listening to me. Why? Because you want to gather some information, you wanted to learn new things, that's why you are listening. And if you are not willing to listen, then what will you achieve? You will achieve nothing. So we listen to obtain information, we listen to understand, we listen for enjoyment, like your music, any serial, any movie. We listen for enjoyment now, because that gives us pleasure. That also we have to listen. We listen to learn. In fact, most of us are not good at listening. Usually we remember 25% to 50% of what we hear. So in class also, you might have realized this fact that when a lecture continues, in the first 10 to 15 minutes you are very conscious, you are taking everything, grasping everything from your teacher. But after that 15-20 minutes, you feel like that you should stop listening now. Why? Because your capacity is over in that. So this is also given here. We remember between 25 to 50% of what we hear. It means that when you talk to someone for 10 minutes, they pay attention to less than half of the conversation. Students, you can understand it very well, because you people are every day taking lectures of 45 minutes. So you just judge yourself how many minutes you are fully active in that. Turn it around and it reveals that when you are listening or being presented with information, you are not hearing the whole message either. So our mind, our brain is having some capacity, and we should improve our listening skills. We should try to focus more. Clearly, listening is a skill that we can all benefit from improving. By becoming a better listener, you will improve your productivity as well as your ability to influence, persuade, and negotiate. Sometimes it happens, when you listen something very carefully, you grasp it very easily. But when you don't listen, then you don't know anything. Whether you are in the lecture or you are in any training institute or wherever you are. So this listening skill is very important, and this will ultimately influence you, and this will ultimately benefit you. What is more, you will avoid conflict and misunderstandings. If you listen half and react double, then this will create a lot of conflict and misunderstandings with your friends and with the person next to you. So we should listen very carefully, and we should try to understand the meaning of that. All of these are necessary for success. Everybody is having something nice to say. Even a person who is not good in behavior, if you just listen to them carefully, then one or two words you will find that yes, these are the actual words, this is useful for us. So everybody has something to share, everybody has something to learn. So we should develop our listening skills. Now see what active listening is exactly about, because our chapter is only about active listening. The way to become a better listener is to practice active listening. This is where you make conscious efforts to hear not only the words that another person is saying, but more importantly, try to understand the complete message being sent. So, very patiently, very silently, when you have full focus on the words of that particular person who is talking with you, and you are paying full attention, that is your active listening. In order to do this, you must pay attention to the other person very carefully. You cannot allow yourself to become distracted by whatever else may be going on around you. Some of my students are like this, as all are reading this chapter, this video lecture, so you judge by yourself. Some students are like, they are sitting in the class, they are physically present, but mentally they are somewhere else. So that is not your active listening, because things which are going around you distracts you a lot, or by forming counter arguments that you will make when the other person stops speaking. And some people are having only that mindset, that whenever that person stops speaking, he or she will make a comment on that. So their mind is working on that particular comment only. They are not ready to take good words from that speaker. Nor can you allow yourself to get bored and lose focus on what the other person is saying. All of these contribute to lack of listening and understanding. If you're finding it particularly difficult to concentrate on what someone is saying, try repeating their words mentally as they say them. This will enforce their message and help you stay focused. So you just take word from the particular person's speaking, and you can recall in your mind what does he wants to say, how he has explained this word, what mindset he could have while speaking these words. Now see, to enhance your listening skills, you need to let the other person know that you are listening to what he or she is saying. To understand that importance of this, ask yourself if you have ever been engaged in a conversation when you wondered if the other person was listening to what you were saying. You wonder if your message is getting across, or if it is even worthwhile continuing to speak. It feels like taking to a brick wall, and it's something you want to avoid. So not everybody is having good stuff. Not everybody is having good stuff to share. So when a person starts speaking, by active listening, you just analyze first whether this person has something nice, something good to tell. And if it is, then keep going. And if it is not, then you can train your mind to not receive those unwanted words. Becoming an active listener, there are some points how you can be a good listener. There are 5 key elements of active listening. They all help you ensure to that you hear the other person, and that the other person knows you are hearing what they say. Students, sometimes you are listening, but your gestures are not like that. Your eyes, searching something else. Your eyes are mischievous. Your body language is not good. That is not at all part of active listening. So there are 5 elements which will help you to be a good listener. First, pay attention. Give the speaker your undivided attention, undivided without disturbance, and acknowledge the message. Recognize that non-verbal communication also speaks loudly. As I told, your body language, your gestures, that also speaks a lot, that also tells a lot what kind of attitude you are having towards that speaker. Look at the speaker directly, but aside distracting thoughts. Put aside distracting thoughts. It's quite natural. It's human mind that something will come in your mind naturally, but you just try to distract your mind from that. Don't mentally prepare a rebuttal. Don't focus to speak ill about that person, or to take the ill points from that speaking. No. Avoid being distracted by environmental factors. This happens in the classroom also. Suppose a teacher is teaching very important topic, and you are very much focused, and the summer, if light goes, then your whole focus will be towards the fan, or you will be looking outside saying, ma'am, it's too hot, it's unbearable, like this. So you just try to distract those environmental factors also. Listen to the speaker's body language. Body language also speaks a lot. Nowadays teachers, how they are teaching, how they are standing, how they are giving gestures to you, this body language also speaks a lot. Listen to the speaker's body language. Refrain from side conversation when listening in a group setting. So refrain from side conversation, try to avoid the side conversation. It's quite natural if two students are sitting on a bench, one is very active towards a lecture while other one is not in a mood to study, then automatically he will disturb the person sitting next to him. So you just try to refrain from that side conversation while you are working in a group. So this was the first, pay attention. Second, show that you are listening. This is very important. You should give this gesture to the speaker that yes, you are interested in listening, you wanted to know, because if you show the interest to the speaker, then only he will put more efforts to explain his content to you. And if you shows, take an example of the classroom only, if the students are not at all sincere, they are making a lot of mischievous activities in the class and they are talking too much, they are not listening to the teacher, then what teacher will do? He will waste half of his time in controlling the class or just scolding him, and he will try to sum up the content in a very less time and not that much wholeheartedly. But if students are very anxious and students are ready to listen to him, then he will try to give more and more examples, try to elaborate the things more and more. So you should show that you are listening. Use your own body language and gestures to convey your attention, your way of sitting, your way of looking, that is the gesture. Nod occasionally. Nod occasionally means the saying yes and no, the way we move our neck, that is nodding. If you are nodding unnecessary, this also shows that you are just befooling the teacher, you are not listening anything. Then you have to nod occasionally only, at the correct moment when it is needed. Unnecessary, it will not work. Smile and use other facial expression. Obviously students, many time teachers also say in the class, na, you understand, and if the students are not giving proper facial expression, then teachers objects also, you got it or you not. So your facial expression, whether you are getting, you are listening, you are understanding, that matters a lot. Note your posture and make sure it is open and inviting. Open, the very lethargic, if you are sitting very lethargic, you are taking things very for granted, you are walking like lazy, so all these gestures, this plays a vital role. So note your posture and make sure it is open and inviting. It should be optimistic, it should be good to see it, it should be energetic, it should give inspiration to the speaker that yes, he wants to listen you more and more. Try to use nice words. Encourage the speaker to continue with small verbal comments like yes and definitely. So you are not like a dumb cow to sit extremely quiet. In my class also, I always say to my students that you should respond to the teacher, you should tell whether you are understanding or whether you are not. It's not like that you are sitting straight and you have full focus on the teacher or the speaker and you are getting nothing. No, you should contribute in that, you should give your ideas in that, and you should use the words like yes, definitely, like this. You should invite your participation in that. Provide feedback, this is the point that I was dealing with. Provide feedback. Our personal filters, assumptions, judgment and beliefs can distort what we hear. As a listener, your role is to understand what is being said. This may require to reflect on what is being said and ask questions. When you are listening, you are attending any conversation, you are attending any training or any lecture, you should focus only on the content that is being discussed. Summarize the speaker's comments periodically. If you find yourself responding emotionally to what someone said, say so and ask for more information. This is your active contribution. If you are listening to any content, obviously you will have certain doubts, obviously you will have certain question. You might have heard many teachers saying in the class, if you are not raising any question, it means that you haven't listened. And if you listen, then surely you will be having some questions. So that is what here providing feedback. Defer judgment, it's really quite obvious, students. If I talk about the language subject and if we are dealing with any story, then maybe my judgment is differ from your judgment, my experience with life may be different from your experience, so their judgment clash could be there. So you can, at the appropriate time, you can share your own experience also. Interrupting is a waste of time. it frustrates the speaker. I'm not saying that a teacher is teaching or a speaker is speaking and in between of that you cut it short and you start speaking about your ideas. No, that interruption should not be there. That frustrates the speaker and limits full understanding of the message. First listen to him completely. Once that speaker finishes, then you are free or you are allowed to express your views. Allow the speaker to finish. Don't interrupt with counter arguments generally some students does in the class, that ultimately harms them. First let the teacher, let the speaker finish. After that you just slowly ask your question, that this doubt I am having. Then you will be having a healthy conversation. But if you interrupt in between, then that will be argument and that will not be a healthy environment in the class. Respond appropriately. Again, I am repeating, please don't listen half and react double. First, listen very carefully and then react. Active listening is a model for respect and understanding. You are gaining information and perspective. You add nothing by attacking the speaker or otherwise putting him or her down. You should not have that mindset. You should not always find the faults in the speaker. You first give the speaker a chance, listen, and then only if you find a suitable point to say, then only you say. Be candid. Candid is friendly, open and honest in your response. Assert your opinions respectfully. Respect should be there. You might have seen many debates on the news channels also. So you find that some speakers are very soft. They speak very nicely. They put their points also. Debate contests, competitions are there. So this listening is very important, and some are just shouting and making unnecessary arguments. Then what we do, we just change the channel. We are not willing to see that. Why? Because they are literally shouting. We don't find it good. So we should also adopt this in our life, that we should first listen to the speaker, and then very politely we should raise our question. Treat the other person as he or she would want to be treated. This is why the way you treat others, others will treat you like that only. So behave accordingly. It takes a lot of concentration and determination to be an active listener. Old habits are hard to break, and if your listening habits are as bad as that of many people, then there is a lot of habit breaking to do. Now students, you are at the perfect age. You can develop this habit among you. How you should be a good listener? You just start listening. Instead of speaking, start listening if you want to achieve success in life. Be deliberate with your listening and remind yourself frequently that your goal is to hear truly what the other person is saying. Set aside all other thoughts and preoccupation and concentration only on the message. Ask questions, reflect, and paraphrase to ensure you're understanding the message. If you do not, then you will realize that someone says to you and what you hear can be amazingly different. Don't believe in just this earshot is very dangerous thing. Don't believe in that. First you analyze yourself, listen to that person, listen the arguments that the speaker has given or any person has given, then build your own understanding according to that. So start using active listening techniques today to become a better communicator, to improve your workplace productivity, and to develop better relationships. So if you develop this habit, then you will be having a good life, not only in the career line but also with your social relationship, with your family bonding also. If you have this good listening skills, then many unwanted problems will be automatically solved. Now see, what is active listening? Why do we listen to? All this we have discussed in the chapter. Just go through the question answers and try to find out. And please develop this trait among you to listen carefully, and active listening should be there.